Welcome to Spaceverse, your portal to cosmic adventures. For over 45 years, a lonely machine has been drifting through space, farther than anything else humans have ever built. Its name? Voyager 1. It's been journeying into the unknown since 1977, venturing deep into interstellar space with nothing but outdated tech, fading instruments, and the hope that someone or something might be listening. And now, something strange has happened. Recently, Voyager sent back a signal, but not the kind NASA expected. This wasn't just data. It was different, distorted, patterned, something Voyager shouldn't be able to transmit on its own. What if this signal wasn't a malfunction? What if it was a reply? Let's rewind for a moment. Launched in 1977, Voyager 1 and its sibling Voyager 2 were only meant to survive for about 4 years. They were designed to tour the outer planets, Jupiter, Saturn, and beyond. But instead of retiring, they kept going. Past Neptune, past Pluto, and eventually, past the edge of the solar system. And somehow, with a memory of just 69 kilobytes and a processor weaker than a modern calculator, Voyager kept working. It surfed the gravity of the gas giants, performing complex maneuvers in the void. It sent back stunning data, the massive storms of Jupiter, Saturn's icy rings, the strange behavior of distant moons. Decades passed. Instruments were gradually turned off to conserve power. Heaters, cameras, tools shut down one by one, like holding a funeral for every piece of its functionality. But Voyager 1 never stopped speaking. It kept sending back its steady signal across billions of kilometers. Until now. Recently, engineers noticed something had changed in its voice. Let's talk about the heliopause, the boundary where our sun's influence fades and the interstellar medium begins. Scientists long believed it to be a clean break. Inside the heliosphere, the sun's wind dominates. Beyond it lies the vast, untouched galaxy. Voyager 1 reached that boundary in 2012, roughly 120 astronomical units from Earth. But something odd happened. The magnetic field didn't change direction, even though it should have. And years later, Voyager 2 confirmed the same. The direction remained steady, even beyond the solar influence. This shattered existing models. Meanwhile, data coming from interstellar space painted a picture no one expected. The area was denser than it should be. The plasma was calmer, not turbulent. And the magnetic field appeared, structured, not chaotic, almost as if it had been shaped by something. Then came early 2024. Voyager 1's signal changed. Engineers expected a glitch. After all, the probe is aging. But what they received was a pattern transmission. Not structured like a human message, but not random either. Repeated codes. Glitches that persisted across subsystems. And an eerie reset loop in the telemetry. Engineers called it a reflection loop, a signal returning distorted. Not from Voyager's hardware, but from somewhere out there. As one analyst described it, like shouting into a canyon that shouldn't exist, and hearing your voice warped by someone else's breath. At first, NASA blamed a memory issue. But when backups were activated, the same patterns continued, even in systems not designed to send that kind of data. So what's happening? Scientists began mapping this bizarre signal against other cosmic phenomena, cosmic rays, plasma waves, solar winds. And the results were chilling. The signal's interference lined up perfectly with a spike in galactic cosmic rays. A spike that shouldn't have occurred, especially past the heliopause, where the sun's shielding influence is gone. These rays should have been scattered. Instead, they surged almost as if they were guided. And that wasn't all. An anomaly appeared in the magnetic field. A kink. A twist. Something unnatural. It was as if Voyager had passed through a membrane, and whatever was on the other side reacted. Some researchers speculated a pocket of unusually dense interstellar plasma. Others whispered about something far stranger, theoretical constructs, non-natural structures previously confined to science fiction. But here's the one thing everyone agreed on. Our current laws of space physics don't fully apply beyond the heliopause. Voyager's transmissions had become strange. Not obviously intelligent, but deliberate. And that distinction is what disturbs scientists most. Because if this region of space is behaving, if it's responding, then we're not dealing with emptiness anymore. NASA eventually released a brief statement acknowledging that partial signal recovery had occurred, but they avoided all mention of the data loops or signal anomalies. Behind the scenes, though, the Jet Propulsion Laboratory had already brought together a classified team. Specialists in AI signal processing, experts in quantum physics, veterans in deep space telemetry. And the reason? One internal source revealed that the signal included oscillation patterns at frequencies Voyager should not be able to produce. In simple terms, something may have been altering the signal externally or embedding something in it. Even more unsettling, the distortions began just after Voyager passed through a mysterious dip in cosmic radiation. Coincidence? Or contact? Could something, an entity, a structure, a phenomenon have examined Voyager as it passed by? And then there's Voyager 2. Though separated by billions of miles, it too began acting strangely. Both spacecraft showed slight deviations in their paths. Slight changes in radiation levels. Subtle shifts in the magnetic fields around them. They were synchronized. Statistically, this should be impossible. Unless the area affecting them isn't small. Unless there's something larger at play, a field, a structure, or even a network encompassing both Voyagers at once. And if that's true, then Voyager didn't just wander into a region. It may have approached a perimeter. And the terrifying implication? Perimeters usually have centers. And something at that center might have noticed us. As more data came in, attitudes within the space science community began to shift. Quietly, cautiously, physicists started entertaining ideas they once scoffed at. Engineers with decades of experience admitted that what they were seeing wasn't mechanical behavior. It was responsive. And across the scientific world, a quiet consensus began to form, spoken not in press releases, but in private emails and unrecorded meetings. Voyager may first have encountered intelligence. Not a ship, not a signal, not a beam of light, but an intelligence of environment, the way the magnetic field was shaped, the way signals were reflected, the way plasma waves seemed organized rather than random. What if Voyager isn't just drifting? What if it's now part of someone else's experiment? For nearly half a century, Voyager 1 has carried humanity's message in a golden record, music, greetings, and dreams from Earth, all wrapped in gold and binary, drifting quietly through the void. We never expected it to get an answer. And yet, here we are. Maybe Voyager has reached a part of the universe we weren't meant to touch. A region where time bends, light wavers, and space itself starts to behave differently. A place that watches back. And when Voyager sent that warped, looping signal, it wasn't just a malfunction. It was a message. A silent reply. A cosmic whisper. We've seen you. Now, scientists can debate. They can redact documents, hide data behind classification walls, and publish safer theories. But the fundamental truth? Voyager has shattered the illusion that we fully understand the space beyond our solar system. What we thought was the end may have been a door, and someone or something just opened it. If this story shook you, if it made the universe feel smaller, darker, and far stranger than you imagined, don't forget to subscribe to Spaceverse. We explore the edges of science, the unexplained mysteries, and the signals others fear to chase. Hit that bell so you won't miss the next update, because Voyager 1 might not be done speaking yet. And let us know in the comments, do you think Voyager found something, or that something found Voyager? Share this video with someone who still thinks space is silent. Because the truth is, it just whispered back,